Ever wondered why some lessons stick with you for a lifetime while others disappear as soon as you close the book? Today we're diving into the foundations of learning, the key to unlocking everything from language fluency to professional mastery. If you're curious about how your mind adapts and grows, stick around. Welcome back to our series on learning science. In the next 5 minutes we'll see why the concept of learning is at the core of so many fields: psychology, education, therapy, even artificial intelligence. I'm going to share how it developed historically, highlight the main perspectives on learning, and show you how it's shaping our world today. Before we jump in, take a second to subscribe if you're new here, and let me know in the comments. What's the most challenging thing you've ever learned? Let's talk about it. To really grasp why learning matters, we need a quick look back. The story starts with ancient philosophers like Aristotle, who asked how knowledge is formed. Much later, John Locke presented the idea of the mind as a blank slate, suggesting that experience shapes who we become. Fast forward to Ivan Pavlov, who famously demonstrated how dogs learn to associate a bell with food. Around the same time, John B. Watson and others moved the needle from philosophical debates to experimental science. They used labs, data, and experimentation to understand behavior. And then there was B.F. Skinner, who focused on how consequences, rewards, or punishments shape our actions. These thinkers laid the groundwork for how we study learning today, moving us from guesswork to systematic, testable theories. By the early 20th century, psychologists were running controlled experiments, measuring behavior and refining theories. This scientific approach set the stage for modern research, from neural imaging to sophisticated computer models. Let's break down 4 major perspectives on learning. Each offers a different lens, and together they give us a complete view. This one focuses on observable changes in behavior, things we can measure, like how often someone does a task after being rewarded. Behavioral theorists say, if you want to understand learning, look at external factors, the stimuli and consequences shaping behavior. The cognitive approach pulls back the curtain on the mind's internal processes. It's about how we encode, store, and retrieve information. Imagine your mind as a complex system, taking in data and organizing it into mental frameworks. It's why we care about concepts like memory, attention, and problem-solving strategies. At the brain level, learning is all about how neurons wire together when we experience something new. It's that classic saying, cells that fire together, wire together. This perspective is crucial because it shows how repeated experiences can literally rewire our brains, forming habits or developing expertise over time. Finally, we have the social and contextual view, which reminds us that learning doesn't happen in isolation. We're shaped by our families, culture, peers, and the tools we use. Everything from working in groups to having a supportive teacher can drastically affect our motivation and success. It's not just about what we learn, but where and with whom we learn. Which perspective resonates most with your learning style? Let us know in the comments. Okay, so how does this all matter in the real world? Let's explore a few examples. Teachers can boost learning outcomes by mixing behavioral strategies, like token rewards, with cognitive strategies, like concept mapping. Corporate trainers often use simulations that mirror real tasks, engaging both the mind, cognitive, and motivational factors, behavioral. Behavior therapists use exposure techniques to help clients unlearn fears. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, taps into how we process information, aiming to reshape harmful thought patterns. Reinforcement learning in AI is basically a high-tech nod to operant conditioning, where algorithms get better with feedback. Cognitive models help programmers design user-friendly interfaces that align with how we naturally process information. From lesson plans to therapy sessions to the AI behind your favorite app, learning theories are influencing it all. These are just the fundamentals. We'll soon dive deeper into the amazing world of associative structures, how conditioning shapes behavior, the nuances of neuroplasticity, and so much more. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and share it with a friend who's curious about how we learn. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Thanks for watching, and remember, learning isn't just for the classroom, it's a lifelong adventure that shapes who we become every day. I'll see you in the next video.